It's May 30th. The Knicks just made it to the finals. Summer is right around the corner. What is your favorite part about summertime here in New York City?
The people, community.
What do you mean, people?
You look around, there's always something to do. There's
Everyone
always
outside.
everyone's outside. So long story short, so right now I have a student. He's from UB actually.
Oh shoot.
He's from UB, and this is first time in New York City. Shout out to Jack. So first time in
Shout
New
out to
York,
Jack.
yo, first time in New York City, and I was like, bro, you could not pick a better time, a better year, and a better place to do your clinical. And mind you, this man lives not too far from here. He's like 4 blocks now.
He's in the midst of everything.
In the middle of the Knicks going to the finals, right close to where everything that can potentially happen, like with all the different events, and you have the World Cup here. Like,
I don't care if the Knicks win the finals. I'm going to the parade, bro.
all right, we're not.
It's gonna be a once in a lifetime
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
I don't know when the next time we go.
The last time the Knicks won the NBA final was
70 something.
72, 73, 73.
Yo, that was when my parents were born, bro.
That was with what's his name? Reed Willis. Reed Willis.
Yo,
Willis,
that's crazy.
Willis Reed? Reed Willis? Yeah, Willis Reed. Reed Willis? He's like one of the OGs of the Knicks. I think with Frazier too.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? Frazier?
Yeah.
Will Frazier?
Yeah. The guy that talks on MSG.
Yeah.
With the nice fits.
Yeah. That's crazy. But going into summer, there's so many things happening. There's so many places that you're going to. Maybe vacation. You got a trip with the boys, with your partner. Blah blah. How do you stay on top of your game?
That is
Right?
a really, really good question, though, because it can go either spectrum. It's either, you have so many plans, like every weekend is just back to back to back to back to back, that you feel like you don't really have much time to get anything done.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've also been in the opposite situations where it's like I have these goals I want to reach, so I'm gonna cut out all my plans and just lock in.
It's good and bad though.
It's good and bad. Yo,
It's good and bad. If you know what you want, that's good.
yo.
If that's what you absolutely want to do, like you know that you just have to lock in and you don't care about anything else, and that's the only thing that matters to you.
Yo,
That's perfectly fine. That's
Yeah.
perfectly. But for most people, it's not realistic.
yo,
Even for me, like I'm like I do a lot of things, but again, I still need balance. I still need a break from
Yo.
doing everything.
yo.
So
I don't know if it's the same for you, but personally, I need things lined up on my calendar. Because when I have things coming up, it kind of gives me something to look forward to. When I don't really have anything planned on the calendar, every day just feels the same. Feels kind of
Gotcha.
redundant, kind of feels repetitive.
Gotcha.
But then I know if I have like an event coming up in 2 weeks, I'll be waking up excited, like tweaky, itchy, like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then when it's nice out, you walk out and you just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the Knicks are in the finals, but the vibes are just been different lately.
Okay, fine. How do you balance your fun and your work? Because I know you like to do both. Like
Yeah.
you're a very big advocate on doing both. Like you make sure you have good time and you also get shit done. Like how do you balance that?
Yo, that's a really good question. Because for those that make their own schedules, maybe you work from home and like you kind of have some freedom,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you work for yourself or something. I feel like it's really important to hustle when it's time to hustle
Oh.
and have fun when it's time to have fun. I used to have a big struggle with finding that balance between the two. Like I said earlier, it's either hustle season or it's, I'm just gonna chillax and do nothing. And when you're stuck in one of those cycles, it's so hard to find that sweet balance between the two, where you can have fun but also make progress as well.
I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs deal with
Yo,
because you have business to run and you have
Yo.
a lot of things that outside of work too.
a lot of things outside of work.
It's
yo,
not like a 9 to 5 where you're just check in and check out,
yo,
check in and check out,
yo,
and that's it's a lot easier when you do that versus if you run your own business because you're constantly thinking about, oh, what can I do better? What
Yo.
am I hitting my numbers this year?
Yo.
What am I hitting? Am I making money this month?
yo.
So yeah, but how do you go about like managing that mindset? Like, oh, I gotta run my business, but then I'm like, okay, it's time for me to just chill for a bit. Go do a little something, something. Like, how do you go about?
I love that you asked this question because literally the other day, and I do this exercise pretty often. I like
Okay.
to ask myself, what does a perfect day look like for me?
What does a perfect day look like for you? Let's
What does
imagine.
a perfect
Yeah.
day look like?
Yeah.
For me, a perfect day, it starts with getting a good night of sleep.
Okay, that's the first.
Like if
thing.
I don't get at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep, oh, I'm dragging the whole day.
Oh, okay.
So it all starts with a good night of sleep. Secondly, early wake up time. Somewhere between like 5 or 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
That is the time where my phone doesn't have any notifications. That is when no one's really up. And that's like my free time. I can drink my coffee in peace. I can eat my breakfast, breathe a little.
Okay.
And then I like to spend my mornings getting as much of my work or my tasks done out of the way.
And how long does that take usually?
Depends on like what I have for that day.
Like the perfect day.
Perfect day, probably like I'll finish at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
After that, spend the early afternoon working out. That's when the gym is empty. That's when I can take my time. I don't gotta worry about my work because I already finished it. And this is the time for me to just work on myself. After that, go home, shower, eat some good food, refuel back up, do some housekeeping work. And then like after 4 or 5 o'clock, I want to spend time with other people.
Oh, I see.
I feel like as an entrepreneur, you spend so much time in front of your computer or working on the business and just spending time by yourself that we be craving human connection. And it's not like I gotta be doing anything crazy with other people, but hey, going on a walk, some yaps, getting some food, just doing some spontaneous activities. I realized that fills my cup up a lot. And most importantly, early sleep time, so I can wake up again tomorrow and repeat the day all over again.
Now, that's the perfect, day. What would be a realistic day look like? I know that we talked about perfect day, but you try to mirror that as much as you can. But what was a perfect day? Well, what is like a realistic day look like?
Realistic day?
Yeah.
I'll be waking up before my alarm sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it's stress. Sometimes I gotta use the bathroom.
That's
Sometimes
real.
I just can't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what it is. My body is so used to waking up early. I'm like, bro, it's 4:30 in the morning. I do not need to be up right now.
Damn.
But I can't go back to sleep. So might as well get the day started.
Mm.
So sometimes it'd be like that. Or sometimes if I go to bed a little bit later, I'll be waking up a little bit later too.
Okay.
So the wake up time, it really depends.
Okay.
But realistically, most of the time, I'm in front of my computer for majority of the day. Sometimes I don't even have time to hang out or even have any sort of human connection.
Damn, that's real. That's real.
There'll be days where I don't verbally talk to anyone throughout the day.
Is it by choice or is it just you just don't you just can't, you don't have time?
Well, the thing is, if I don't go outside or meet up with friends, who am I talking to?
Right.
The only person I'm verbally talking to is the front desk guy at my gym.
It's like for like
Morning, Lewis. That's it.
That's it.
Have a good one. That's it.
Okay.
Yo.
Okay. I get you.
Yo.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's why I'm so grateful for being able to spend time with other people.
Yeah.
Because it's like, let's leave work at work and let's hang out. You know what I mean? Yeah, but realistically, most of the days, it's either something comes up out of nowhere, or there's other tasks gotta get done, and I'm just working for majority of the day.
Damn, that's
Yo,
real. That's
yo,
real. That's real.
yo.
Um,
And you know it's bad when you haven't had a day where you just relaxed and chilled,
oh,
and work starts to feel kind of even redundant.
damn. How do you like? How do you manage that? Like, if you get to a point where you're just like chasing that hamster wheel, you're just going and going and going and going. Like, how do you break that? Because at one point, is you're gonna have to put the foot in my eye. That's it. Yeah.
Like I gotta schedule in a day for myself just to have fun.
Mm.
And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's not like, oh, I gotta go to like some crazy experience. Sometimes that means going to play basketball. Sometimes that means going to my grandparents' place. Sometimes that means going on a run. Sometimes that means just going on a walk and getting a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. That's actually real.
a main theme for me going to this summer is yes, I have goals that, that I want to reach in health, wealth, relationships, across the board. But at the same time, I want to be able to have fun at the same time too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not like where you have to cut off one part or one aspect of your life just to be able to live a fulfilling life. You know what I mean?
What do you think you value? Because I do, you know, understand you like the balance and all of that. Like, what do you value in life? Like, what do you value when it comes to work, having fun, like relationships and all of those different stuff?
There's so many that I
Mhm.
have in mind, but if I had to like narrow it down to like, let's say like two or three,
Yeah, yeah, just 2, 3 is good. Yeah,
two or three.
yeah. I know
Number
it's hard, but
number one, definitely growth. I love PRing in all areas of life. Fitness, business, relationships, whatever. Like
you got to, yeah,
being able to
got to.
PR and grow,
Yeah, you got to,
it just opens your mind to what's possible.
you got to.
You know, in terms of other values, definitely honesty, especially with relationships and communication. Whether this is friends, relationships, family, clients, you name it. Just being able to be on the same page, communicate, and be on the same page with everyone.
Yeah.
Y'all. And another thing that I value a ton is just being able to do fun experiences, to have dope experiences. Maybe it's because I didn't really break out of my shell earlier in my life. I didn't really watch movies. I didn't really play video games. I didn't really play sports like that. So now as a grown adult, I want to be able to experience all of those things.
Oh, I see
Yo.
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
What about you? What would you say are some things that you value or put as a thing that you value a lot?
Man, like, I guess going back to like the conversation we had about you know, going into summer, focusing on fitness and like work and all of that things like that. One of the biggest, like, I'm gonna maybe just put one at the top right now. I think one of the biggest um, thing that I've realized is human connection is so important.
So important.
Like, you can put money, you can put fame on top of all that stuff, but human connection is still the glue to everything that is run in this world.
Yo,
Without human connections, you can't. It's impossible to make shit happen. It's impossible.
true.
It's impossible. I don't care how smart you are.
It's
I don't
true.
care how much money you have. I don't care how strong you are. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't have human connection.
It's
It
true.
does not matter. Impossible. You know, we're like, just by the way that the, I don't know, the universe work, like, we're social creatures. You know, we thrive off of one another.
Yo,
You know
it's an
someone,
energy exchange.
energy exchange.
Bro.
You know someone, someone knows someone else. You know another person.
Somehow.
Yeah, the network, the inter network of human connection is so important. You just have to maintain those relationships. You know, like the quality of the relationships, the people that you really resonate with, that really are close with. You build those relationships, and over time, those relationships will give back to you.
Yeah.
You know, they will give back to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the biggest realization after I started working as a PT. You know, at some point I felt I was draining. You know, I was like, yo, I don't know if I can do this, and blah blah blah. But and then I really reflected on some of the values that I believe in, and the common theme that kind of came out of that is human connection. You know, you need to have good social skills. You need to know how to work with people, and yeah, those things will give back to you. And going back to the work, the fitness, and all of that stuff, you can do all of those things with networking and socializing with people. And I think that's like the most important part. And yeah, just realize that for me, networking, socializing, connecting with people in different parts of my activities, like my fun, my work, is so important. I think that's like, yeah, that's something that I picked up. Yeah.
What would you say human connection does for you?
For me, that's a good ass question. That's a good ass question. I'll tell you what it didn't do for me. In PT school, I had the worst human connection ever. Like it was
Because that was like post-COVID times.
Post COVID, and it makes sense. You know, everyone was isolated. You know, everyone was bugging out.
Everyone had masks on.
Yeah,
you're probably in your cubicle for majority of the day.
Like social distance was such a toxic to society that we have no idea that the impact, the negative impact that it had. Not saying that we had to break that, you know, not saying that we have to break that. This is a little side story. Not saying we have to break that, but for human civilization and connection, it was such a toxin. But we had to do it, right? Because COVID was literally spreading everywhere, and there's a reason why people would, break it. Middle of COVID, there was still party. We had party. We still party, right? We had a blast during COVID. Tell me not. We didn't give up. We craved that human connection.
We had friends coming over.
We craved that human connection.
That's true.
But going back into the main point, it's wait, what was your question again?
Like what does human connection do for you?
It gives me better it gives me better skills. It makes me learn more, and it helps me grow. I think that's like I think I agree with you on that. It growth, and it helps me grow. Yeah, I think that was like the biggest. Yeah,
I don't know if this is a normal human thing. I'm just assuming based off of my experience and talking to other people. But I feel like if you spend a lot of time alone, it's so easy to overthink.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm intentionally overthinking and making my life more difficult. It's just you just have certain thoughts that come up. Like, am I going down the right path? Like, am I normal? Am I doing all these things that I should be doing? But then when you meet someone that is kind of on the same page as you, you realize this is normal.
Yeah.
That we are on the same page. I'm not alone in this. And there are other people just like me that are on the same path doing the same exact thing.
That's so true.
That's what I love about meeting new people, which is a little bit more difficult as an adult versus back in college or in high school or as a kid. I definitely say I need to be more open to meeting new people. But my favorite part about meeting new people is, damn, there's people out there that are just like me. Into the same exact things.
Yep.
Like, you ever had a moment where you met someone that you never met before, and then you immediately click with them? Like, you have the same hobbies, you just understand each other, and it's just,
bro, like,
just hit it off.
So I work with people every day, and bro, like, that is real. That is real.
Or even new patients.
Yeah, that's real. Remember Harry? Shout out to Harry. Remember Harry from our first run club? So long story short, we hosted our first run club, and it was a massive success. Even though it was a small group, it was a good connection. It was a good connection. So I met your boy Harry, and right there we were running and talking for like a whole hour.
Boom.
just like that.
Just like that.
We didn't even know each other.
Yo.
As we ran, as we asked each other questions, it became like a exchange of connection, of energy. And from there you get to realize how many similarities you have, like what was your upbringing, like what what drives you, what you do, and all of that stuff. Like, yeah, it's such an easy way to connect with people.
Yo. And with that human connection, this goes across the board, across the board of everything that you do, whether it's a fitness goal, whether it's a business goal, whether it's a career goal, whether it's relationships. When you have a friend by your side, I'm not saying you're gonna rely on your friends with everything that you do, but it just makes things that much more fun too.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to pick their brain about their own perspectives. You get to hear their stories.
Yeah.
You get to share your stories.
Yeah.
You get to do things together. Bro, Harry, you know what's crazy?
What?
I met him through social media. I didn't know him beforehand either. That was my first time meeting him too.
Wait, you never met him face to face?
No.
That was your first time?
First time meeting him.
That's crazy.
And I felt like I already knew him.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Because we have the same hobbies. We have a similar mindset. We have similar beliefs. We're on the same path of entrepreneurship. We're on the same path of fitness. We're both born and raised in New York City.
Bro, like
we follow the same people.
That's what I'm saying about human connection, is that when you put human connection at the forefront of everything that you do, it doesn't feel like you're going through the motion anymore.
No.
It doesn't feel like you're taking away your time. I don't know, why am I doing this? Like, I'm wasting my time. It actually makes your life a little bit more. It actually values your life a little bit more.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, whether it's having fun with friends, whether it's working, you do have to, make good connections and genuinely have good relationships with those people. Yeah. So.
Going into summer, do you have like any specific goals or accomplishments or things that you want to be able to do? Because summer is a good amount of time. We have June, July, August. That's like 3 months. That's like 90 days.
Yeah.
So much can happen in 90 days, bro.
Like 90-day plan.
Like, in 90 days, you can actually change a lot, bro.
Well, number one thing is meet more new good people, and really take take Winners League to the next step with either improving the quality of connections that we make, and also expanding and meeting new people. I think that's like the number one thing, is get more like-minded individuals to come together and share ideas, because that's how you create a community. And that's the beginning of, I think we're in the process of creating something that's, that's a little different than what we've seen. Because I don't know about you, but I don't think any of our friends are creating what we're creating. And we've been getting a lot of attraction. We've been getting a lot of new eyes on our page because of that. Because people understand the value of human connection and community, whether they know it or not. So when they see that they resonate with the idea, they will naturally gravitate towards it. I think that's like the number one thing.
Speaking of that, because we've been talking about human connection, right?
Yeah.
What's really crazy is that run club that we did literally last week, every single person that came, like, somehow we just had a lot in common. I think I told you guys this.
Yeah.
After the run, but for a lot of my life, I felt like there were not that many people that were the same as me. I'm not saying everyone has to be exactly like me. Like, that wouldn't be fun. But I mean, in terms of hobbies, how serious we take training. Because we don't just work out. Like, we actually train in the gym. Like, we have certain goals that we want to reach, whether it's running, whether it's sports, whether it's whatever the case may be, whether it's business, whether it's, you just want to be able to do dope stuff in your life. During our run club, every single person that came through all had that same mindset of they want to do dope shit and they want to grow and they want to do difficult things that challenge them. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
that's
every
true.
single person that came, they talked about their story of how, hey, maybe they started losing weight during COVID. Like Harry, he started losing weight during COVID times. For Winston, we both used to power lift like as teenagers. You know what I mean? And now we're runners. Like, what's going on
Go from 7 plates to 7 miles.
here? Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's
And
crazy.
and just like that, I'm like, there are actually people that have similar mindsets. Again, they don't really exactly be identical to me, but hey, have similar hobbies, similar interests, similar beliefs. Yeah.
I think that's like the very
Yeah.
like important
Even
thing.
your patient Hani, I think
Yeah.
she was ex powerlifting too.
She is. Yeah, she
So
is.
like
Goes
that
does
that's
not,
just
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's just insane how you basically attract your people and your vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo,
But if you want to have one piece of advice for people that are going into summer um, to help with finding the balance or going between fitness, work, personal life, what would you say?
this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Ask yourself, what does a perfect day look like for you? Not a perfect day for me, not a perfect day for Dafu,
Mm-hmm.
but for you, what does a perfect day look like? And try to make each day kind of imitate that. I'm not saying it's gonna be exactly like that every single day, but what are parts of a perfect day that you can implement to your day to day? Whether that is, hey, you feel better waking up early. Like me, I feel more productive when I wake up early. Yo, if I wake up at 11 a.m., I feel like I'm so behind. Because I'm like, damn, that's a whole. Because usually I'm almost done with work by the time
Yeah.
11 comes.
Yeah.
If I wake up at 11, first off, I gotta shower, like I gotta brush my teeth, wash up, use the bathroom, eat.
Yep.
Yo, it's a whole hour and a half gone already. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, find what gives you life, what you prefer. Maybe that means having exercise be a part of your day. Some people they gotta run every single day, like at least like a mile or something. Just some sort of activity. For me, sometimes that means going on a bike ride. The amount of joy that I get from that, like, I don't need to be doing any crazy wild experience.
True.
But map out what a perfect day looks like for you, and hey, see how you can kind of imitate that to your day to day lifestyle,
Absolutely. Yeah. But
and have fun.
yeah.
Most importantly, we all live one life. Like, yes, your goals are important. Yes, your future is important. But at the same time, hey, enjoy the fruits of your labor and enjoy and smell the roses right in front of you.